right around 8 to 10 million people that are kind of holding some Bitcoin on a wallet somewhere. So you go, all right, well, if like 5% of them ran a node, we're, 400,000, 500,000 nodes. If 10% of them ran a node, then you're, 500,000 nodes. So you kind of go, well, those are a million nodes or whatever it is. So you go, that's pretty good. Why don't we do that? Like, why don't we get to those numbers? Because if we had 250,000 nodes, I'd be relaxing a lot about this. You wouldn't see me ranting as much. If we got to 2.5 million nodes, I'd be like, fuck yeah, party on, Garth. Let's just fucking go. Because now we have a defended network. Now we have a truly decentralized, power to the people kind of network, not power to the exchanges and the miners and the corporations and Wall Street bros and shit like that. So yeah, but you're right, Robin. Like, if we could just get all those numbers from like the wallet providers and just go, how many of these things have you actually sold? I don't know if they'd want to share that necessarily, but it'd be super interesting to see like the ledgers and the Trezors and the whatever, and just the Blockstream Jades and the everything out there, and just see who's got. How many people are holding a cold card wallet? How many people are holding a Blockstream Jade? How many people are holding a Bitbox? How many hold? But I'm imagining it's got to be in the millions by now, right?
Oh, gotta be. So it's this kind of conversation that is super important. I mean, we're getting to the core important part of Bitcoin, and yet, as one BTC equals one BTC, does it ever make you cringe when you see, say, it's Samson Mao or Cedric trying to calculate and how soon? When is it going to be a million? When I see that stuff, I feel like. I don't know. It's fun to speculate on it. It attracts more interest and growth of Bitcoin when number go up. But then I'll see it, or like Robin, you mentioned Cedric on your latest release with on the podcast that like, oh, it could still be a million this year, or Samson Mao will say, it could be a million next year, and fun to think about, but like that's not the important thing though, to me.
Well, I think it's important on one level, right? Because that's what Robin was saying. Was like, that's the shiny object, right? Hey, come on, come get the shiny thing. Like, they're fishing, right? They're going, hey, we need more people to understand that Bitcoin is important. My tack onto that thesis is I go, I love it every time Samson Mao puts that shit out. I just go, yeah, fuck yeah, get those people in here. Because somewhere in that pool of new people that he attracts with his 1 million Bitcoin, $1 million Bitcoin thing, or Cedric, when he's putting those kind of numbers out, I go, there is a certain sub percentage of those people that are going to be attracted to that message. They're going to come in and understand that, hey, there's more important things that need to be done.
Right.
And that's who we need to start, collecting around us as much as possible. But we can't collect those people if they're not there. Like, if we're just like fishing from the same pond, you run out of fish sooner or later, right? So we need more fish in the pond. So, but that's part of the beauty of Bitcoin, right? Is like, as it expands awareness, as it expands, financial freedom for people, you get to tap into more of the collective human consciousness, and you get to see, rather than someone who's struggling to put food on the table, or they have to carry water from a dirty stream, now they have like running water and food. You kind of go, well, now they can devote more time to thinking about problems, right, and how to fix them. And some percentage of those people are going to be really good at fixing those problems, and that's who we need more of in Bitcoin right now. And the people that are already here, we need those people to start stepping up.
And one interesting aspect here is also the people it matters why people come to Bitcoin. If BlackRock is onboarding more people to Bitcoin, then all the plebs onboard new people to Bitcoin, then the people will be like, oh yeah, I'm here because of BlackRock. I trust their educational things, and they kind of do the whole lead thing. But if I come into Bitcoin because of like plebs that do shows on the internet and just run them like we do, they then also so I hear a lot about those like, oh yeah, that's clickbait, oh like there's a million, like why do you do that? Like, yeah, because it's important that those people, like, I rather have those number go up people come to me with those $1 million Bitcoin things, and then they also see the episodes in their feed of like, oh, how to do self-custody, what is UTXO management, and all those things. And this is a not underestimated point, because that's why I'm also not a big fan of hiding in Nostra. I said it multiple times on my podcast. I think it's great that we have Nostra. I think it's great that we have this technology, but I don't think it's a good idea to take all those great Bitcoiner minds and put them all into Nostra, and they're completely gone on the mainstream sites, and nobody's producing content for YouTube, for Twitter, and all of that. So, so I do think there's a big value in being attractive for those number guys and for the masses, because otherwise we might split off in a small niche coin where we might have some freedom, but it's probably cracked down by politicians and by governments, because there's this actual Bitcoin that they use, and we kind of are here with our Bitcoin and say like, oh, have fun staying poor, and like we don't care, we have freedom. But yeah, like they have all the users, they have all the power, they have the actual Bitcoin, the bank coin, and they can all of a sudden do all the things. So I don't know. I always say like let's not hide. Let's get out there and let's attract people to Bitcoin. And it matters who onboards them. I rather have Fritz onboard people on his show than BlackRock so I prefer that.
Yeah, I agree, man. Very well said, dude. Like, yeah, that's absolutely right. We need, we all need people to come in, and now we're competing with the marketing of BlackRock, Fidelity, State Street, all these fucking ETF people. And I also think there's a wide open market there. I mean, there's like some of these TradFi podcasts and shit like that. Like if they can start orange pilling those people, go, hey, it's cool you're in this ETF, but you can actually control your destiny if you self-custody and run a node. So maybe consider next time you go to make a smash buy on your ETF, maybe smash buy some on Kraken and then split it off to a wallet, and then you'll actually own some Bitcoin. And that's a big deal for XYZ reasons. And if we can just get that number of nodes up, I would sleep so much better at night. I really think.
But buy a node so Daniel can sleep better.
Yes, please. Yeah, run a node because Daniel doesn't sleep very good.
I don't know if we can show that. I just found the maybe for the ending point the thing for how many Bitcoin addresses are there with a balance of over 0.01 Bitcoin. That's about $1,000, right? If my math is mathing right now.
I think you're mathing correctly.
So like that's an interesting number, but I always give the thing out there. Someone could have multiple addresses having a balance over 0.01 Bitcoin, and then there are balances with over 0.01 Bitcoin where there are like multiple users on them because of exchanges or other things. So it is an interesting number. I think it's valuable to track, and also the like how it grows, but it's probably like really hard to guess from that how many people have Bitcoin, and then it's like, oh, what do you count as Bitcoin users, as we discussed before? But I just want to throw that thing in there because
well, if you want to throw up a really interesting one, hit the one with plus 1,000 BTC. Just watch that number plunge. Click, doing
2,500. Yeah, I got.
So you think about that for a second. 2,500 people, 2,500 entities have more than 1,000 BTC. If you actually start mathing it and you ask a robot to kind of extrapolate out from like how many wallets control, and it literally gets to, it's something like 10,000 wallets control like 80% of the accessible Bitcoin. So that's problematic. And 5,000 wallets control like 72% of the accessible Bitcoin. So yeah, like you look at that and you go, how many people have more than 10K BT, 120? That's,
I mean, there's this thing also, like if you get up to a lot of Bitcoin, you might have multiple wallets and multiple setups.
Correct. Yeah. But yeah, just seeing that there are 120 addresses with more than 10,000 BTC, you go, like it gets a little spooky. I mean, there's a significant wallet concentration at the top. I think that's gradually distributing out, but right now the wallet concentration is going from OGs that have a shitload of Bitcoin to ETFs that now have a shitload of Bitcoin. You see, that's the shift that's occurring right now. So it's I don't want to. I kind of prefer having the OGs have sitting on a bunch of Bitcoin than having BlackRock sitting on a bunch of Bitcoin, because they suddenly have a lot more incentive to start tinkering or trying to make things better. Like, they're new to Bitcoin. I'm sure they're here to fix it. So let's not let them. You know?
Well, I hope if more and more plebs take self-custody, that, like, you can see there recently the numbers dropping down in terms of the number that have so much. What I would hope is that it's getting spread out and diversified among a number of large individuals, and it's not just getting swept up and consolidated by fewer and fewer large entities.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, no one can predict the future. We'll see. But thank you, Johnny. I appreciate it, man. That's really cool.
I just
yes.
put up another small thing here. It's because we talked about, like, people selling and where is it going, the Bitcoin. And this has come from River, like it's from August 25. So it's like it's quite new, and I kind of liked it because I feel there's not a lot of excitement in the retail market and of individuals, and there's I mean there's this thing, ETFs. They can also be individuals and all of those, but that's kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, that's
how do you
the
look
flow.
at that?
Yeah. Well,
That's
but
a
I mean,
great
if you see like that individuals, those are those OG whales, dude. Like, people go, how come they're not? I can't believe MicroStrategy just bought 5,000 Bitcoin. The price went down. Like, what's happening? Oh my God, there's manipulation in the market. I go, no, there's 10,000 of those guys that have a whole shitload of Bitcoin. They're more than happy to sell it at some price because they don't give a. They have FU money, like, in droves. You know, like, do you think Max Kaiser gives a shit if he strips off 10 Bitcoin tomorrow? Like, he doesn't even think about it, dude. He'll lose that and just kind of go, oops, well, I lost 10 Bitcoin. Oh my God. And they'll tear up some dollars on TV. So yeah, there are people selling. That's why number go up, number go down, because there's natural sellers. There's always natural sellers. And a lot of those people are rich to begin with. Like, there's no shortage of Saudi oil princes and, Omari oil people and gold, and, like, some trust fund baby kid is just like, yeah, man, I'm gonna get into crypto. And they go out and buy a bunch of Bitcoin. They just have it sitting there and they don't give a shit because they just dropped $25 million to buy some Bitcoin, and then tomorrow they're gonna put it on an exchange to trade it and do stupid shit. And I mean, like, they just don't care. So yeah, this is a great chart, dude. I love it because it kind of gives you an idea, like that thing I was just talking about. Like, those OGs are now shifting to treasury companies, businesses, funds. That's where all the BTC is going. It's going from OG wallets to the new G wallets, and the new G wallets are not people that are friendly to Bitcoin at all on any level whatsoever. So yeah, it's a great chart. I'm going to steal it.
I also love
that just
someone stacking what you are dumping.
Yeah, exactly. Someone is stacking what you're dumping. 100%.
Yeah, just earlier this week, like the price has gone down, and there were some big trades, and like, how did the price just go down? And somebody sold, like, 10,000, 20,000 Bitcoin on exchange, and it's like, who is this ape who's doing this? And maybe it's some OG Bitcoiner who, yeah, he's got FU money, he don't care. So yeah, what is it to him to sell, maybe a quarter of a stack or whatever? He's fine.
Yeah.
But the number of those people is going to diminish, and then that transition, like on that graph, is going to continue. It's going to I would presume the Bitcoin addresses where it's going to are going to be more and more hard diamond hand type holders. What I want to see, though, is more people as they get on board and take self-custody. I want to see more distribution, more individuals with the right alignment as we participate in the great realignment, getting Bitcoin to the people, held by the people, and then TradFi, even as they get in on Bitcoin as well, can't help but shift their incentives and change the game they're playing.
Hopefully.
So that's the hope.
Well, I mean, that chart was illustrative because ETF holders, by technically speaking, they're individuals, right? Like, just because BlackRock holds a shitload of Bitcoin, they're holding it on behalf of their clients. So it's a paper promise. It's but BlackRock is staking their reputation on the fact that they have the Bitcoin to give to their people, right? So I mean, there is that dispersion, but it's not happening the way we'd like to see it, where people are going from OG wallets into self-custody wallets. It's going from OG wallets into ETFs and treasury companies. And so each one of those, you kind of go, well, on some level, on a piece of paper somewhere, it says this chunk of Bitcoin is allocated to a human being, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's what's going to happen 10 years from now, right?
Thank you for watching this video. This is just a short clip from our full episode. So if you'd like to enjoy more entertaining wisdom found in our podcasts in their full context, just click a link in the corner. We are always sharing our big ideas on Bitcoin Liberty Live.